Hey, it's Loveless, and welcome back to my reading on Jasmine and Gino from 90 Day Fiance, the final part. Now, let's talk about Jasmine and Gino together, the Sun and Saturn. So, Jasmine is the one who's most vulnerable here in the relationship with her planet in Saturn's, Gino's sign. She's bossy at times, yes, but you see when she breaks down, she's very submissive to Gino. Gino is happy to receive this attention, but he will make a lot of selfish choices. I think Gino loves Jasmine. He seems like he means it when he says it, but I think he uses this love more so to build himself up, like an accomplishment. Let's look more at Venus retrograde again. Venus will describe the overall energy of the relationship as well. Venus is in the 20th Arabic lunar mansion of the moon, Al-Nam. Yes, that sounds very fancy, doesn't it? Al-Nam. This influence is said to compel a man to come to a certain place. Indeed, Gino was compelled to visit Jasmine abroad, and this reason was Venus for love, or a woman. Venus is very malefic in this chart, in other words, very destructive. And if this was a chart of a friend, I'd very much tell them that this relationship will have a lot of trouble. Be wary of potential heartbreak if you decide to see it through. Venus doesn't like being in the cold sign of Capricorn, which again, isn't a sign most people would enjoy symbolizing their relationship, as it describes a relationship lacking warmth. Then we have Venus trine Uranus retrograde, which is right there at the midheaven. Based on what I've observed about Jasmine, it doesn't look like they're breaking up soon with how committed she is to the relationship, so I see this as public awareness of their issues and instability. There is some good energy towards Venus. Venus is joined to the star Acela. Acela is a star in the armpit of the archer, a benefic influence, portending good fortune, friendship, and happiness, nature of Mercury and Jupiter. This suggests some underlying positive energy here, that they have fun together and act friendly at times. However, this good energy is not enough to override other things, and I see it as making the misery more tolerable. Now, fair is fair, and perhaps Jasmine does have a hand in the negativity in this relationship. While now, Gino is definitely the most at fault, perhaps there was a negative influence from Jasmine that didn't help. As the sun in this chart, Jasmine is very overwhelming, especially as she's joined to Pluto. Perhaps this shows her as very demanding and hard for Gino to deal with. This energy does harm the relationship, and I see that any problems encountered in the relationship will be worsened by Jasmine's intense attitude. In other words, if the two of them encounter any trouble in the relationship, Jasmine's attitude, along with Gino's coldness, makes the trouble that much harder to overcome. Ultimately though, Jasmine gives in. And now for the conclusion. So, will Gino and Jasmine make it? There are many indications of separation here. However, Jasmine does have very real and deep feelings for this man that might keep her tied to him for the long term. Jasmine's significators, the planets that represent her, Sun and Moon, are in opposition here. Generally, this is a sign of trouble between masculine and feminine people, and I see it as her having an internal struggle of wanting to be successful in her relationship with Gino, but also concerned about her dignity. The Sun and Saturn are not good planets to represent a couple, as they both have strong egos, and in some way are incompatible opposites personality-wise. I am concerned for the long run. There is too much cold energy, making Jasmine as the worm sun very unhappy. Additionally, Mercury retrograde and Neptune here suggest a great potential of dishonesty and bad communication. If for some reason they were determined to make it work, I see potential success of the relationship described by Jupiter in Pisces. This is the relationship working out specifically because Gino has money. Jasmine does have an extreme personality, but she's not a bad person. Gino is untrustworthy with his words, selfish, and while he can be very generous, is most likely in order to get something for himself in the end. There is drama with an ex that I don't see quickly going away. Bonus information. Was Gino responsible for Jasmine losing her job as a teacher? Indeed, he very much was, but this was spearheaded by his vengeful ex. Venus retrograde represents Gino's nasty ex, as well as Jasmine's career. The moon, Jasmine's feminine secrets in this chart, is in opposition to Venus here. This aspect takes place with Venus in Gino's sign. This is Gino's responsibility. Indeed, the scandal from Gino's ex releasing Jasmine's private photos was the reason she left her job. Well, that's it for now. Thanks for listening to my deep dive into Jasmine and Gino's relationship. I'll see you in the next one.